Let's break down how your team's GitHub repository should be structured. Each team works in one shared repo. No need to create separate projects for each analyst. Inside that repo, you'll set up a simple branching model. One branch called main, which we refer to as production. One branch called develop, sometimes shortened to just dev. And a set of individual analyst branches, one per person. GitHub calls it main by default, and we'll treat that as your production branch across this course. What you do need to create is the develop branch. This is your team's staging ground, where all analysts' work gets merged and tested before going live. You can create it directly in GitHub by branching off main. Go to your repo, click on the branch dropdown, type develop, and hit create. Once main and develop exist, you're good. Now, what about the analyst branches? You don't need to create those manually. When we connect GitHub to Dataform, each analyst's workspace will automatically link to their own branch in the repo. They'll be named based on your workspace config. No extra setup required. So again, one repo, one main, one develop. Analyst branches come from Dataform. This setup is the foundation for everything that comes next. Let's walk through how collaboration works inside this branching model. We start from the top. The develop branch is created from production. It's a safe copy of production where in-progress work can be integrated and tested without touching the live pipeline. Each analyst pulls the latest version of develop into their own branch. This keeps everyone working with up-to-date logic and avoids conflicts. Analyst 1 and Analyst 2 now work independently, in isolation, in their own workspaces. No one overwrites anyone else. And if something breaks, it's contained to that branch. Once Analyst 1 finishes their changes, they open a pull request into develop. This is where team review, feedback, and testing happens. Now, Analyst 2 syncs with the latest version of develop, which now includes Analyst 1's changes. They continue building on top and eventually merge their own work too. Once everything in develop is stable and tested, the team merges into production. At that point, Dataform picks it up and the pipeline gets deployed. Now let's talk about how this setup connects to Dataform. Once GitHub is linked, each branch in the repository becomes a separate workspace inside Dataform. Analyst branches, like the ones we showed earlier, will show up automatically as their own workspaces. This is where each analyst can test, preview, and validate their changes safely before anything goes live. The production branch, on the other hand, is different. It's not just another workspace, it's the one tied to the release scheduler. That means when you deploy on a schedule or run a full pipeline in production mode, Dataform will always execute what's in the production branch and nothing else. All the development logic lives downstream. Only what gets merged to production is treated as final. We'll walk through exactly how to connect GitHub and set this up in the next lecture.